Easy guys, Careless here. Welcome back to another Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z? Sorry, are we stuck in the 90s again? Dragon Ball Super episode review / discussion. Episode 95, the worst, the most evil, Frieza's Rampage. Wow, what a fantastic episode. Genuinely had me, like, shocked. So many fake outs, so many exciting moments. I didn't know what, I genuinely thought they were going to go a certain way, and then they went a different way. I was like, boom. So the episode continues off where the last episode left off, which is obviously with Frieza and Goku about to face off against a horde of samey-faced henchmen. I say henchmen because within about a minute of this episode, Frieza just takes them out with what appears to be an evolution of his death beam, which can now bend and contort like, I guess like Yamcha's orb that he can control, but this is, no, this feels actually, no, I tell you what this feels like. This feels like a take on the energy sword beam we've seen from Goku Black and Vegito, but like kind of with an evil twist on it, so it's like a snaky move. Anyway, we see that, and within maybe a minute and a half, about 15 to 20 henchmen instantly killed. Yeah, and Frieza's in his element. I mean, I really didn't think I was going to enjoy having Frieza back, but actually, it's nice to have a villain who's just an outright villain, but who's so cocky and calm with it. It's actually just fun to watch him. Maybe that says more about me than it does about the show, but I'm having fun watching him play the bad guy and play it to perfection. So Goku's like, stop, we need to go and do the tournament. And Frieza's like, look, we need to kill him and then we can go. And he just carries on like bopping them. And they go boom and pop and they explode. And it's fun and pretty. It's almost like fireworks. This bit where like basically Goku just kind of like teleports to him and Goku's having a chat with him and he's like, look, we need to stop. These guys are a joke. They're from another universe. Doesn't really matter. And at this moment you get to see kind of their leader, which is kind of a dog. So we shall now name him Doggo for the rest of this episode, who appears to have some trick up his sleeve. And we get a quick flashback to him talking to Universe 9. I think it's Universe 9. Yeah, Universe 9's God of Destruction and Supreme Kai. And they're like, look, we are not making you do this. You are doing this. We aren't involved. But they are. And in doing so, Sidra even gives him a piece of, like, it's like destruction energy. Apparently, it's like unique to the gods of destruction, maybe, or it's a type of key. I don't know. It's not very clear. It's just that it's specific to the gods of destruction, and it looks kind of like the purple orb that we've seen Beerus use, which again, pretty damn cool. So he gives it him, and he's able to, like, I guess absorb it or hide it because you don't see it on him, and he does summon it. And he throws it straight at Frieza. Frieza, of course, deflects it straight away and is like, really? Is that the best you got? And he's like, no, that was a diversion. Throws another one, to which Frieza just blows out of the sky. And I'm like, really? So we got all this build-up about him having God Destruction energy. Enough that it can erase you from existence. You aren't going back to Otherworld. You are gone. As if you never existed in the first place. GG, bye-bye, see you later. And we're like, oh. And then out of nowhere, he had a third one from underneath the water because they're like floating above a lake. Yeah, and it catches Frieza off guard. And I'm like, very reminiscent of the fight that Goku had with Frieza on Namek. And I was like, I see what you did there. But the best part is, I was like watching this whilst having my breakfast, and I nearly spat out my food. Because I was like, oh my god, have they just wiped Frieza from existence? As it expands to consume his entire body, and he's struggling against the power. I was like, oh my god, what an absolute troll. Bring him back for 2 episodes and then wipe him out, that he's completely gone. And I was like, no way! But actually, it turns out that that's not the case at all. What actually happened is, it turns out that Golden Frieza, he's basically controlled the form. Whilst he was in hell, he had managed to find oneness with his evil, with his sheer dedication to wanting to kill Goku. He's found a way to attain the form in such a way that it doesn't drain his stamina as fast. So he's a much more powerful version, even though that completely contradicts what he said about 4 minutes prior, where he said, I feel soft and slightly less powerful. So I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but, you know, plot convenience. We'll call it plot convenience. Anyway, he manages to compress the power down and wield it. Now, I was having a chat and I was like, how cool would it be if Frieza ends up as a god of destruction? I'm just saying it now, that if it does happen, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with him being a god of destruction. He's kind of the right amount of evil. Yeah? I don't know about what you guys think. I don't know. Maybe I'm on the wrong page here, but I think that would be kind of an interesting development for his character. Especially if they're going to keep him around. Who knows? But anyway, he's wielding it, yeah? And Goku goes to approach Doggo. I'm sure he's got a name, but Doggo, yeah? And he's like, who made you do this? Which god of destruction gave you this power? Because they're amazed at the power in his hand. Like, they can sense the aura coming from it. And then this is the second best scene of the entire episode. Frieza's like, you foolish. You foolish. You stupid. Put your back to me. We're not friends. And just hits him in the back with it. I was like, what? And for like a fraction, I know it sounds silly, but for like the thinnest second of my life, yeah, I was like, are they going to wipe out Goku from Dragon Ball Super? And then, of course, my brain engaged and I went, no, this is the Goku show. This isn't happening. But it was so clever and so well done that for a split second, even a long-time fan like me was like, I was like, wow, so good. So fucking good. And Frieza's like, if you're as powerful as me, you can get out of this the same way I did. But he can't. Goku tries, and he can't. Again, I'm like, does that mean that they're implying Frieza is now stronger than Goku? Because we knew the form was stronger than Super Saiyan Blue, but he hadn't mastered it. In fact, what he'd done was quite reckless. As soon as he had attained the form, you know, obviously Resurrection of F, the whole arc, we know how that plays out. But, so does that mean that now that he's kind of got a better grasp of the form, he's stronger than Super Saiyan Blue? Interesting. Obviously, we didn't see Kaioken, and Goku always keeps his trump card up his sleeve. Why would he tell his enemy? It's a fantastic scene. Whilst this is going on and Goku's stuck, Frieza decides to have a little one-to-one time with Doggo. And he says to him, I want to speak to your God of Destruction and the Supreme Kai. I want to speak to them. And it cuts to Sidra and the Supreme Kai, who are like, we haven't heard from them. Where are they? And suddenly they get a ring on what appears to be like a fruit, but it's a phone. And Frieza's there. And he's like, not what you're expecting, was it? And they're like, it probably didn't go according to plan. And Frieza's like, I want something from you. What? I want to fight for your team. And I don't know if you guys have been checking out the spoilers. I generally try and stay away from them. But there was a spoiler going around saying that Frieza was going to join them. And I was like, no way. Is that going to happen? Because then we would have the Frieza Goku fight again. I'm like, well, that would only be the third time they've done it. You know, it's not treading old water. It's not doing anything that we haven't seen before. And I was like, oh. And Frieza's like, look, you want me to fight for you. You've seen how strong I am. I've taken out everyone, and I've even taken out Goku. He can't do nothing to me right now. And they're seriously considering it. They're like, But do you know what the funny is? Again, great humor, but like woven into the story, was that actually the evil Supreme Kai, the guy who's been like the bad guy, yeah, in the exhibition matches, was like, we don't want to do this. This guy is even more worse, a god of destruction, than you are as an actual god of destruction. And then Sidra's like, maybe we should consider it then. I was like, I mean, this is a short scene. I'm dragging it out a bit, but like, it was a short scene, but it was so clever. And I'm like, no way. Are they going to do this? We're going to get Frieza taking on the others. I'm like, because Frieza just Frieza would kill people. Like, even though he knows he shouldn't, he'll still, like, kneecap people. He's like, beam kneecap. He's alive. He'd be like the Terminator. He'll live. And I'm like, so what are they going to do with this? Fortunately, Beerus and Whis turn up at the last minute, and Frieza's like, out of time, and crushes the phone. And then Beerus is pissed. He's like, is this your doing? He's like, I don't know what you're about. I escaped. And this is the difference. So I've said before that, like, I believe Goku's on par with Beerus. And then I see scenes like this and I'm like, maybe he's not there yet. Because just by blowing on it, he sends the key flying and Goku's freed. Yeah? And I'm like, maybe I jumped the gun with that idea. Maybe. Just maybe. But anyway, Beerus is quite annoyed with Frieza, but Goku interjects and is like, look, it wasn't anything to do with him. It was my fault. I let my guard down. And of course, this plays back to the many times that Whis has said, you are too relaxed around your enemies. This is your biggest downfall. And yet again, it could have cost Goku not his life, his existence. Because there's no coming back from being destroyed from this. That's what it's heavily implied. We don't know how powerful the Super Dragon Balls are, but it's implied that you're erased from existence. I don't know if you can be wished back when there's nothing to wish back. Just crazy, yeah? To think that Goku would put himself in such a stupid position that he's so confident. Anyway, that's basically where the episode ends. We get one final scene where Goku makes a bet with Frieza. And let's be honest, Frieza isn't going to play ball. That if he lands a punch first, Frieza will play team. And if Frieza lands a punch first, Frieza will do whatever the hell he wants. And it's a cool scene. I mean, throughout this entire episode, the artwork hasn't been on point. The music has been on point. The humor has been on point. This is probably one of the best episodes we've seen in a little while, where everything just seemed to flow very nicely to the point. And shocker, they connect equally the same punch. So which means we don't know. We don't know what that means. But what we do know is Frieza thinks he's going to be able to manipulate the gods. He does drop a line saying that he's going to try and manipulate the gods. Honestly, it's his cockiness and his arrogance which is his most, like, his biggest weakness. And I can see this costing him his life. Or maybe he's going to end up turning on Beerus. Like, I don't know. Speculation is that he could turn on Beerus. I don't know. I'm just excited. I really wasn't excited for Frieza in the last few episodes. But last episode and this episode has really brought back into frame why we need characters like him in the show. Because they just add a little bit of edge, a little bit of spice, a little bit of fun. Of course, this leads directly into the sneaky peek that we get to see that the tournament is finally going to happen. Next week, hopefully, fingers crossed, that's what it looks like. We get to see all the different characters who are going to play. So finally, Jiren is going to finally make an appearance. But there are a couple other people that make an appearance in the sort of next week's events that could be interesting. One, what appears to be a Yardrat, which is the people that taught Goku the instant transmission, and another person that looks like a kind of Namekian, but more like from the Garlic Jr., slightly paler with the fangs. So there could be a couple characters that maybe we're going to get highlighted in the early stages of the tournament. Of course, that's basically the episode. Tell me what you think. Let me know down in the comments what you liked, what you didn't like, what you found funny. And until next time, boys and girls, I'll catch you later. Peace.